We'll just have to see if that little bit of extra added comfort can add to an attack side, which has looked decent for them so far in their last 2 times played.
Both teams have registered a win here. Although ULF has only played it once, Team Liquid played it twice and have registered a loss as well.
That was against Fnatic the other week, but again, an asterisk on that performance just in terms of the things that they got right. Still those fine margins, betraying them at times. A very slow start here. Body's queued up to challenge mid, but no one facing just yet until the orb drops.
Well, it's as if this is when the brawl is going to ensue, and it's ULF again playing on their aggression, trying to play through, and it's just not worked out. Audaz caught out and Purple with the kill.
Yeah, a little lapse in communication there. Perhaps Audaz thinking mid had cleared up, but 2 players get into the cutout, and still crossing the minute mark, Liquid yet to really take expansive control.
And with the spike all the way towards B, and that's really going to find impact on the A side of the map. I mean, there's time to rotate, sure. And it looks as if that's where Team Liquid want to go.
Yeah, ULF should have heard that TP away from Camo. The question is, how much do they read into this at this point in time? They have no sort of proactivity of their own. Fabian
left.
holding a long, long line against a group of Liquid players, which should be able to take this A site, no problem.
With 20 seconds left, they are really leaving it really low in the time bank, and Fabian could do enough here. That stun is coming up in 3 seconds. This is not, I'm not convinced by this.
Yeah, huge opportunity here for ULF in retake. Couple key pieces available. Fabian still the stun, the reveal.
Oh, and straight out Demmer. I don't know about that. At least there's a trade through the horn as Neki comes in to help out. So still only a 1-player deficit. To get all the way down, nobody's challenging with players low. This should be easy enough for Neki. On for an ace now, up against Nats, the team captain, and Neki knows exactly where he is. Going for the full stick, going all the way. Nats hasn't swung, and ULF get the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the writing was on the wall in a way. Liquid, low on HP. They used so much utility in that execution, right? There wasn't enough time to contact into the site. Wayne just had the paranoia, that was it. And now a step up from Neki, which we'd sort of been waiting to see throughout Kickoff so far. He was the 2nd highest fragger in that Ascension final. And it feels like when the team is playing well, he's playing well. If ULF now have a foundation, they can really move on from this.
Yeah, luxury player. Shadows. Which is crazy to see.
It is.
Right, for your IGL, but you'll take it. Playing around the smoke, you can see the judge in hand. Sorry, not the judge, it's a bulldog, apologies.
Might bite like one still here though, we'll have to see. Fabian backpedaling, does get caught by Wayne, and stun, just good for the 1. So Liquid now make it a 3-on-3, and there are weapons to be collected here.
Yeah, Spectre and a bulldog. This will make things very interesting against ULF. And is this going to be an experience diff in the server in terms of the 2nd round? As you can see, Wave looking to try and challenge Neki, but gives away one of those upgrades.
Big 1 versus 1 there, and look at this proactivity from Demmer in the meantime. He's actually going to catch a really nice timing here, wrapping behind Liquid, or so you would think. At the very least, ULF no, it's not A.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Neki and Audaz were posted towards B, but Neki, interested about the timing, maybe through Heaven.
Playing a very deep line here, knowing that they can spin the numbers to their advantage. Chance
30
for
seconds left.
Liquid to get on site. Uncontested. Does Audaz want to challenge this?
No, I don't think so. The audible's been heard, sorry. So we'll be looking to just hold on a passive angle, catching the spike in transition. And you can look towards Heaven where Neki is positioned. He's starting to make his way on towards site, and that's really under pressure. It was going to be a contentious one, but at this point you can't help but feel it will be ULF to finish this out. It is confirmed. It's just how many get through to the next round? And the answer is only 1.
It's another round where it comes down to only Neki and Nats, the captain on either side of the server. And plenty of damage dealt from the Liquid perspective. I think they'll be happy, all things considered, with how this one ended. Especially considering the fact that Nats was somewhat phased out of position at the end, unable to get the plant.
Spike down.
And familiar opponents for Purple, obviously playing against ULF in the Tier 2 system in the EMEA Challengers 3. Still missing two of those key players that we spoke about before. Dema being aggressive to take the B main space. This is something ULF will love to do, but Dema already pushed back, that space lost.
Yeah, not able to hold on to it. Ordaz has been involved in the last two first engagements. He was on the winning end on the previous round, and here, again, just looking to maybe get involved, but ULF have conceded the mid space for the second round in a row.
You can see Nat's also starting to scale towards the A side using his own Viper wall, so with him finding perhaps timings to use, this is going to be a big part of this map, especially when you can see that split already starting to be explored by Team Liquid.
Just have to see. Yeah, it is looking like the A execution here. ULF gambling that it might be a B finish. And as it stands, only Miniboo there. Just watching over this one. Finally, rotation starting to come through. And Ordaz again, first in the feed, and for a good reason.
Oh, Stun trying to play a little bit too cheeky in the corner and caught out as well as Team Liquid completely route out that A site.
Chance to get the spike in. In terms of the utility, Wayne still holding onto that paranoia again. A big tool to dissuade this retake attempt. And that's out hanging in heaven.
Cover going out.
Yeah, looking to play upset, and unfortunately he's been upset himself. That Nightfall online, okay, all systems go for ULF as they start to head towards the site. Wayne in main being an issue, and Dema now onto the spike. Wayne low after that last engagement, so you can't help but feel he's gonna stick it. That's a bonus conversion for ULF. What is going on in the Team Liquid camp?
At a Red Bull clutch, no less. I mean, I was thinking, surely we're not going to fall for the same act twice. Wayne calls his bluff, but Dema, with this renewed sense of confidence, does all he has to and connect with that spike defusal. I mean, these rounds have been close, if anything, but Liquid ruining their mistakes again.
The thing I love as well, the young guns shouting in the faces of Liquid as they continue to punish mistake after mistake. TP probably heard from the players just outside main, so they're paying their due diligence to try and clear it out.
Only a couple players that could have survived an outlaw shot. One of them is Nat. But now he's got to try and find a way back across this toxic screen. Dema's there to punish. Opening kill for ULF again. And as the pressure is put on mid, they try to fight back, but Liquid get another in their conversation.
Yeah, Camo needs to be careful though. He is the one with the spike and low, but Miniboo being able to find Ordaz opens up that B site.
It's an absolute brawl right now. ULF just trying to figure out where they need to set priority and what they want to fight for, because Liquid have moved into post again and the numbers advantage is succinct this time, or so it was. Miniboo looks the wrong way, and it's another 3-on-3.
Yeah, and Dema already on the hunt for the flank. That's going to be a potential win condition for ULF if he can get into place in time.
Looking at the utility here on the ULF side, though, there's not all too much to work with. Wayne still banking that paranoia again to try and counter a peek coming through. It's from the heavens first, and then the follow-up from Stern is clean. Camo ending it off with a 4K. And finally, getting Liquid on the board.
Yeah, at least able to deny 4 rounds in a row. But I think the big thing for ULF here is like how good they were at trying to challenge Nats' position on A, as we've seen a few times him scale up and allow Liquid into a post plant. I think that's the first post plant we've seen ULF actually like fail to get in and properly retake and pose an issue to Team Liquid.
Yeah, I think, like as you said, the improvement was being able to hunt down Nats there in A main, as he will reprise that role again here on round 5. But there's only a couple of rifles on the ULF side, and very immediately they make their presence known in middle.
I like this explosiveness from ULF, but they're so hesitant to hold on to the space, but they're going back again.
Re-clear in, Miniboo on the line, holds it down. Wayne, Camo, the rest lock it in. Liquid looking comfortable now at this stage in the round. Plenty of time to play with. Nat still lurking outside of A. And ULF doubling down on this mid control again.
Yeah, I think Team Liquid are anticipating some sort of peak. Not coming their way at all. So they'll rescue all the rifles away from the remaining two.
Even dropping one on top of the double stack box there as well to make sure it can't be recovered. Nats just correcting the aim quickly enough. Stern,
Come on.
maybe, but at that kind of range, Nats is just about going to sneak it. So there you go. An in-zone flawless from Liquid. They make it back-to-back rounds now on the attack side.
Yeah, and in terms of team personalities, right, how we look at these teams, I've always viewed Team Liquid as a team that is very heavy on the prep side. They should know exactly how ULF want to play this map. And you can start to see that filtering into the calling from Nats to be a little bit more passive. Wait for ULF to try and take that space, and then if they re-engage, go further, hey, we wait and hold, or then we hit them with their own utility if you're Team Liquid. They've got 4 ultimates here, maybe even 5. We should expect some more success from the attack.
Emma bringing the op out for ULF here. The solo waylay in this composition, a trend which we have seen across VCT globally. You saw it on the stat there. Some of the lowest win percentages. But the teams that play it well, your 100 Thieves, your G2s of the world, have set that trend, and really is going to go without support here on the other side of the map. It's Liquid pushing into the B site with the ults out, and it's Miniboost that claims the first kill.
Yeah, very nicely done, but you can now see that they're waiting for the waylay to get into possession, and, well, nicely done by Stun.
It's one back, and the reveal just confirms that Camo's dropped into backside, but could really be anywhere now as that pit continues to make life a nuisance for ULF in this position. Investing in ult of their own from the waylay. Ordaz up top. Nats searching for this one. And still, neither of them are better in this situation. Liquid doing it all. The wrap from Wayne into heaven. And as Stern finds 3, it's Nats to close it up in the end. Liquid still looking in control there in post.
Yeah, and this is the adjustments that we want to see. The post plan looking better, not taking any chances. And the ultimate's really pushing them along. Still though, a bit excessive in terms of winning that round. Maybe they felt it was an important one to lose because it will break the buy of the defense. With that being said, we will get our first timeout of the series.
Yeah, it's the change up from Liquid now. It just looks like a full pal ace end. And ULF, in terms of what they want to do, it's going to be garage control, which will net information, but it's going to come in a little too late.
We're going out.
I mean, Ordaz does have the ultimate to try and get out of the A site.
As it stands, Liquid slow in their scaling here, perhaps anticipating a change of setup from ULF.
Maybe worried about aggression.
Exactly. Just waiting for the smoke to clear, and when it does, Ordaz dropping deeper and deeper. Further conservative in his position, and again, caught in the smoke. Wayne the one to find him, and Liquid given plenty of breathing room here to set things up.
Yeah, I mean, able to get 1. The numbers are even. Obviously, the firepower on the side of Liquid in terms of the buy. So what do we see from ULF here to prove an issue in this retake? They've been successful many times on A before.
Liquid have the tools this time as well. It was just a contact into the site, so little utility used, plenty in reserve. Wayne incredibly deep here and will catch Stern on the way back through. And so ULF just looking to see how much damage they can possibly do at this point. The money's been wrecked with the conclusion of the last couple of rounds, Cairo.
Yeah.
They're setting up for the next.
Yeah, and they're not wanting to give any more ultimate orbs, right? We've seen Team Liquid just use up their ultimate cycle to try and break the buy of the defense. Fabian maybe a little bit too eager to take that fight, but with the spike going and Emma going to that, Team Liquid are up to 4.
Happy to with the stun, I think. As you say, it's now 4 in a row. Liquid have the lead for themselves at this stage in the game. But ULF have ultimates, and this is their chance to bite back.
It is, and also they're bringing out Demos up as well for the first time on the defense, which will allow them to obviously have a way to gain information. Second, apparently. Kid on.
But here come Liquid. It's going to be another A-pop. I mean, it worked for them on the previous. This time, Fabian is there with a little bit more stopping power.
Yeah, waiting for the players to try and head up there as they go. And Fabian passes the test with flying colours, although he is low on health. But supporting utility, that smoke, stopping any lines of sight to his position is going to be huge as he continues to be an issue. But Wayne will clear, and that sight now in Team Liquid's hands.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Fabian. Smoke bought him time, had the ult up, now he's gone. But ULF in a 3v2.
And now Liquid have to plant safe, which will not be good for the post plan.
Nats is stuck in this corner as well. And Dema has all his movement to clear this out.
Yeah, and that's why he's going to swap out the operator and wait for the players to be in position to trade out. And that's probably most important from this corner. And exactly that will shoot Dema out of the sky. So now it's up to the captain once again. And a 1 versus 2 clutch. He's stuck in the corner with absolutely no way out. And like that, ULF will come through, clear him out, and equal out the round count.
Yeah, it's a brilliant individual round from Fabian and the rest of ULF to clean things up. A little bit surprised that Dema didn't hit the refract, honestly, after he sent himself out of the cannon there. But this is the mechanical ability you know these players have.
Oh, yeah.
It just needs to find a little bit of consistency now.
Fabian, absolutely excellent as the players try to come in. I think if he gets even one there, it goes Team Liquid's way. And well, we go back again. An operator now on the attack for Miniboo.
Yeah, and he's anticipating this peek from Dema as well, so opportunity to punish, but the stun there as a safety net. The attacker unscoped, and Liquid just playing passively here at the start, waiting to react on any aggression from ULF. That's what you're expecting, perhaps, set pieces.
Wayne aggressive in his position, and you can see already ULF are lining up with the shoulder. Oh, gives it away, Stun though, and Dema getting a couple of kills of their own. So ULF now, they have the advantage in the round.
Yeah, it looked like Liquid were sitting tight for a reaction as soon as they poke for one. It's ULF getting the better of it, and then Stern giving away hap-handedly what was a 5 versus 3 advantage, just the one now.
Yeah, and Oda's now under extreme fire there. Going to use his ulti to try and support Dema, holding on from CT, but Team Liquid now look to point themselves towards A.
This is nice from ULF as well. They've pivoted into a 2-and-2 setup. Fabian to hold the line again, but Neki is here in support.
That means that Team Liquid do have the advantage when they hit any of the sites, but ULF have the advantage in positioning. Off angles that Team Liquid will have to try and clear out, but you can see a hesitancy there. As it is going to be Camo to try and lead the line. He was low in health, but did not anticipate Fabian's position. Now the players coming from main is known about by Neki, and he's calling for support, and he's got the ultimate to finish out the round. Purple's still alive somehow, but Fabian at least there to finish things off.
Neki looking a little frustrated, and you can tell why. I need to see a replay of Purpo there. He was getting tossed around like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
This was nice from ULF though. A little bit unfortunate to get caught there initially, but Wayne was the only one dueling, and as soon as they got that reaction, moving into the 2-and-2, they look comfortable to close this.
That's insane. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit disconnected still on the Team Liquid side as they're trying to improve that micro, as it seems Team Liquid are ahead of the utility, and somehow Miniboo able to get 2 with a spray down.
Yeah, quick double, and Stern forced to vacate his pit in middle. That goes down, and so does he. The quickest round that you might see, I think, in this series between the two.
Yeah, quick and asterisks, because it looks as if these two are saving.
That's what I mean, right? Like, the round is done almost at the barrier drop, but ULF will make us wait for the next 40 seconds or so, saving these guns.
It gives us a chance to talk about these two teams and obviously the expectations that we have for both. Team Liquid, obviously, we compare them from the roster that they had last year, right? Sure. The 25 roster that exceeded expectations. A lot will say, obviously. We saw Kiko really grow into his own role, which they lost this year, and then Team Liquid I mean, I can't help but feel this was a downgrade from last year because of that. Even if you think of the initial roster that they brought out at the beginning of 25.
Sure, I think in many ways it almost always was going to be, right? It's difficult when you have such a high bar. There was no way they were going to meet immediately, at least. All of the international events which they attended last year, all 3 of them, first time in the organization's history that they've been able to qualify for all in 1 year. This round was ULF trying to set things in motion early, and it actually looks like they're going to try their hand at a little bit more of the same here.
Who's next?
But it's
Deeper contact taken from Dema this time.
It looks to be a fake towards the A through the dimensional drift, and ULF have completely bought it. They're rotating all the way over.
Yeah, Spike still in garage. Only 2 players there for the time being, but a rotation made, and there gets to a point where ULF realize that this is just a fake.
Yeah, the scale is so slow from Liquid, and Audaz left here with a way out. The paranoia good, still can't quite grab Wayne, and still somehow loses out that duel.
Yeah, I don't know, the rocket from Miniboo missing as well. Now actually Liquid are going to quickly double back towards A and go for the plant.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Favian still has control of mid, and there's players close to that A site.
Yeah, Camo does get one back in the meantime, fighting into screen. It is a 3-on-3 again in post-plant.
Yeah, topsy-turvy and purple potentially with a chance to flank. Favian with no idea. Oh, nearly gets a chance to bite the apple, but unfortunately doesn't work out. So Team Liquid full control of this post-plant as they'll try to get out of CT.
The plant is open here, but the paranoia is going to be enough from Wayne in the end. Stern left 1 versus 3. And with no real way back into this situation, he will cut his losses and look to save.
Yeah, I think this is a respectable decision, but did Team Liquid even allow him to get out? What? Oh, I thought for a second somehow his bullets had got a kill there, but no, it's the molly instead. So Team Liquid do find themselves up to 6.
Yeah, and by their standards, they've managed to find 6 on the attack.
Yes,
actually,
they have.
Cairo, your favourite phrase.
Thank you, mate.
Consistently, the last 2 times that they've played, it's whether they can find a real concrete advantage here or not. On what is ULF's pick, important to reiterate, as much as they've stayed in the game,
yeah,
we'll just have to see if they can do any better. Just 2 of the rifle rounds picked up from them so far.
Find you.
that is true, but the big thing for me is that when you see ULF come... it's a bit
not like that.
It's a bit messy, he stuns there, but he's got his knife out, mate, come on, there's an execute going on. And yeah, this is a head scratcher to say the least, but we do settle on 3-on-3.
Yeah, Neki's Guardians come back out to play as well. Nat's isolated from this in male. Still, fights going on towards spawn. Wayne has the perfect gun for being hindered, but still can't find anything, and so Purpo goes 1v3. First target taken, 2 left to find. And with ULF's renewed confidence, they play this as a pair. The question is, where to look? Purpo trying to dance around them. But ULF holding a line and just giving him the time of day here.
I like this. They're letting Purple take the fight to them. Obviously, a spike tap will try and bring them out of their position.
Oh, Purpo given half a chance there at finding the first engagement. Still searching for that second player. Now they're slightly split up. Dema solo by the pillar. 8 bullets left in the mag, and Purpo will delete the next. Tries to flick up and find Neki. Can't do it. Deadlock at the half.
Yeah, that we do end up at a deadlock, but the thing about ULF is, Hazza, they are much better once they move on to the attack. Team Liquid need to be careful. It is a defender-sided map after all, historically, but we'll find out exactly what that scoreline looks like after the half.
Amateur. 1 enemy. Last player.
Your body knows.
So how ULF wants to play.
Touched on it a little bit earlier as well. With ULF playing this solo waylay, as you can see, Dema has been a little few and far between so far, but
yeah,
he is relying on that setup to get him in position.
Where are you?
Early util drop towards B and middle from the attack side before they end up moving towards A.
For a death ball heading towards Camo. TP still alive, and he'll have to opt to take it. Didn't quite take that fight cleanly, and look at this, Ulf already all the way up towards Heaven, but Demmer alone, no tradability. That allows Ulf the site, but Team Liquid the advantage in numbers.
Yeah, that's the aspect of the Waylay as well, right? If you isolate yourself like
Spike
that, it just didn't
planted.
feel like Demmer gave himself a fair fight there.
Yeah, and Neki on an exploration mission all the way through in towards spawn, so he's going to take his time to try and join up with his teammates, but the timing is unbelievable. Oh, but he can't get the kill. Finally does get at least one, but it's not what he was looking for, and Team Liquid head towards the site, but lose to Fabian. So a 2 versus 2 with Wayne low. That's going to be massive in the pistol engagements, especially when Fabian is still alive. Another 4K for him as he wins out the pistol for Ulf.
Fabian really stepping up, so much so I feel like he might have, I don't know, had something roll under his chair there. But Neki, a little frustrated, I think, with the fact he wasn't able to find both. Fabian doing so much. I think it's interesting to see Ulf have, I just like his hand warmers or something, have really committed to this breach where other Turkish teams like BBL and Larok had moved away from it, right? We know him to be such a flexible player. 5 different agents already shown in Kickoff. But he's right at the crux of the game plan with what it is that they are showing us here. Not really the utility, just the gunplay.
Team Liquid wanting to head towards A. They've seen something that they think is worth rotating over.
Toxins going up.
Bring them down.
Spike's still sitting back in shop, so Ulf playing a slow round here. I mean, look, they're up against 5 classics. There's little other way to posture it.
Yeah.
Got the spike.
Camo here can maybe TP out and they can play for a regroup, but this only looks to be going in one direction.
Yeah, and towards Miniboo. I mean, Stern's all the way up towards A, and he's actually pulling the spike back across to this side of the map, which I'm worried about. Has just seen Purple. Strength in numbers perhaps for Team Liquid here as they wait for the engagement to come through. Stern looking to try and fight,
left.
but doesn't win out. Neki now on towards where the spike plantable area is, but as the players start to make their way through, Team Liquid are starting to pick up the upgrades, but it does leave just Miniboo all alone on his classic as the players have all await his swing. It will go the way of the attack side.
Yeah, Camo the last player to go down there. The rotate from B. Ulf get through the second round, no questions asked. And I mean, that's what this kickoff journey for them
30 seconds
has got to be all about. Just gaining as much experience as possible against these VCT opponents, building up confidence within the core for when both Sop and Echo come back into the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, players like Demmer and Stern as well, to put themselves in the shop window where you'd not seen them play anywhere near this level before.
Yeah, 100%. Mid is where the attack will start. And it seemed, oh, Demmer wanted to go deep, but Neki's spam does connect on towards Nat, so mid has been won. But, I mean, this is going to be a B split. The players are waiting for the aggression of Wayne.
Has to be cautious in this smoke. Fabian clears him out. Miniboo comes through like a freight train and just runs him down. Double satchel out of the... Oh, had half a chance there to find Neki as well, but it does settle 2-on-2.
Yeah, and he's got control of Heaven against his opposite number, Purple.
Tucks into the corner. Purple none the wiser. Neki turns up at just the right time, and with Fabian by his side, it's Camo to drop the breach player instead. Spike in no man's land. It's a TP stuck from Camo. What? No way he follows through on that. A Red Bull clutch. Calamity in the end. But such a bold play to make in that situation.
Yeah, you can see the smile on Neki's face as well, just as Camo does stick at the audacity 2 do it.
One enemy remains.
And I mean, ULF make a great attempt at this.
That's insane. Neki was just switching between the utility, didn't have the gun out in time. That's half the reason why it was so hard for him to readjust.
Time to jump.
But now we head into our first ultimate cycle between the two. We've got Miniboo's Ray's ultimate, and then obviously the Nightfall from Neki, which can be a big execute ultimate. The Showstopper obviously good for the retake as well.
Honestly, it's one of those ones where whoever makes the least mistakes is the one coming out on top. It feels like in some of these situations, it's been really messy.
Yeah, Stun identified through a main. Is he a lurker, or is he the player that's going to scale up and allow ULF in towards a split right now? It doesn't seem to be the case, as ULF still ply away at mid. And here's the Showstopper as they look for a kill, but Miniboo doesn't identify the right target. So Neki gets the advantage, the entry kill.
It's another missed Showstopper from Miniboo, and this time it's in the corner where the molly dropped. So I don't know if he just assumed that someone was trying to tank it or not, but now ULF scaling towards B. 4 members strong, all against Wayne.
You can see already Denmark going back, and it's actually good delay coming through from Wayne, and he TP's up and gives himself away. But Camo standing strong with no Euro TP away. He needs to try and fight this, but can't do it. So ULF 2 to the good now. Purple can't get one either. Neki, unbelievable so far on split. And we look towards Nats with just a Spectre.
There's not going to be much to look at though, because he is walking away from this one. ULF doing such a brilliant job at finding that opening pick and then grouping up together, taking the B site in full force, leaning into the strengths of their composition and being able to overwhelm Liquid there.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? But ULF, I was speaking about it, and kind of we touched on it in that last round there, right, about ULF and this Eureka moment and how they're developing as a roster, getting as much reps as possible. But it was something that, like, Demar was saying in that post plan. It felt as if the full time that we'd been playing in Kickoff, we were trying not to lose, whereas now we feel as if we're planning to destroy them, right? And you can see that in the way that they want to play, in terms of being aggressive, in terms of taking these fights. The fact that they have no respect for their opponents. You know, hey, listen, they feel as if they're the best in the server. I mean, you see it from BBL, kind of almost of that same grabbing those kills, holding those sights down. You can see right now, it's really Neki and Fabian who's carrying ULF to the victory.
Yeah, they've stepped up to the plate. Risen to the occasion here with their lives on the line, of course. One of these teams will be going home at the end of the day. And as it stands, ULF putting themselves in a prime position on the map of their own choosing. Liquid could very quickly have 3 bodies here. There's a TP available if Camo wants to take it, and 2-3 other players hanging around.
Wayne is going to be so late to get here as well. Still, when I look at it, Hazza, it's still the advantage of ULF having those weapons.
Let's see what they can try and set up here. It's a nice nade in the corner from Miniboo to flush out Demo, but just no gunpowder, no firepower to clear him out after the fact. So ULF set up pretty comfortably here in post-plant. And Liquid maybe just looking to drop to the spike when all is said and done.
Yeah, seems to be the case, or even try and grab a couple of exits here towards ramp. ULF looking to try and explore, and they have given away a couple of kills back to Team Liquid. I mean, Spike will explode. It is ULF's round to get double digits, but yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, plenty of damage dealt on the ULF side of things. Purpo walking away with the rifle as well. He'll be happy with that. But 10 for ULF, and just a 1-round loss so far on this attack side. Now we get to see what improvements Liquid have made coming from that timeout here.
I'm really looking at the retake as well, just because of that dimensional drift, because of that Nightfall. But in terms of having to stick a landing after a timeout, there is no round more important than this for Team Liquid, because then ULF will be on 11 against an eco.
chance to speak with the coaches as well. A point which they really hammered home in the offseason was they felt a lot of success came from their own strategic abilities, but a lack of autonomy at times when things got rough for the Liquid side. And so scouting around that, who's the one that steps up to the task here and makes the difference and keeps them in this map? Could it be Miniboot? Perhaps. Would it be someone else towards A main? Because that's where the spike is headed.
Big brawl. You can already see Camo setting up to escape, and well, Purple would be left all alone if that is the case, but they stand strong. An up-down setup, but it does trade out evenly.
Purple's still here, hanging from top ramp on the off angle, and that's just sliding into sight as well. But the spike is backpedaling because Neki is still hanging in mail.
Thought for a minute that's where they would want to go towards B, but instead it's not. It's to buy a little gap, a little timing for the captain to move his way in towards Heaven.
Popo dishing out damage, but still no kill picked up. ULF getting ever closer to the site, which is stocked with Liquid players. Nat's the only one left now, though. 21 points of health, but still good for the tap. Ordaz was one bullet away, but can't find it by a whisker. And so it will head to a 2-on-2 where Liquid have a health advantage, and well, they have a player advantage now as well.
Yeah, but Neki has been so good. 21 and 12, can he get the clutch?
Smoke up in his face. Neki, Phantom in hand, looking for a spray down. Wayne and Miniboo crossing back in, finding the opportunity at a first, but Wayne will stamp it out. Liquid back in this one. Not the cleanest, but the round nonetheless.
Hey, honestly, it doesn't matter how you win the round, it's if you win the round for Team Liquid. Had to make sure that their economy didn't go into disarray. And you can see right now, ULF might find themselves in the same position Team Liquid did in the last. A big swing round to come up now.
Spike plant.
This one is absolutely monumental in terms of who walks away with the result on this first map. Dema's got a judge out. You're expecting him to just go slinging in. It's actually Ordaz who TPs forward initially and is looking for that first engagement, wins it. Hinder landing onto Wayne, but no follow-up, no recourse now. Just the Omen on the B site as it stands. Dema, what are you doing? Out in the open, trying to recover a weapon. But Wayne gets the better of him.
Yeah. Can get away with things like that in Tier 1, not in VCT, EMEA.
It's not Epic LAN anymore.
Yeah, it definitely is not. A long way from home for Dema. As we can see already, ULF now trying to keep Team Liquid posted on the B site as the spike heads elsewhere.
Yeah, Camo can TP out of this if he needs to. He has the ult for retake, Purpo, the Nightfall as well. And that's exactly what he will do. Stops Ordaz from regrouping with the rest of the team, but ULF will make their way through in passages here.
Yeah, and Neki is going to be so late to support this, so probably looking to hold down just that main position.
Liquid have these ults for the set retake. Should be favored to win from this position. Neki playing spoiler, late from main, still checking sewer for a potential flank, but now is when the penny drops and ULF should know that Liquid are trying to make their way back through. Camo, the furthest player up, looking for a little bit of support. Trying to find the first of those engagements, drops the flash, but Stern drops Purpo instead. Numbers now for ULF, going through the motions. Wayne with 3, but Ordaz goes one better. He takes his third, and he stands his ground. ULF up to 11.
And with that, Team Liquid also don't get the value from their ult.
Diving in for info, baits out a lot of utility on the Liquid side, and then here come ULF, rolling thunder through. First 2 kills collected, but Nats with 3 of his own. Level footing as it stands, Spike can go in, the pit is not going to reach the site, but it's brought a big distraction, an ink cloud, which Nats is looking to use. Through main he'll go, but the counter pit has almost negated its effects fully.
Yeah, 100%. This has given a real foundation for this post plant for ULF.
To double up in backside, actually. I don't know if Stern wants to stay in the pit or is just waiting for it to drop here. The toxins should be running out.
Yeah, but Odaz is low.
Any moment now, and yeah, there you go. In the end, Stern catches Nats out in the open air. A 1 versus 2 for the rookie. Wayne to keep Liquid moving forward. But it's been a real change of the tides. And ULF are up to 12. 1 away from taking the first map, their map pick in this series.
And a massive map it is, because it's one that Team Liquid have always been good at. I mean, you think towards last year and how Nats was able to use the Viper to his advantage in many occasions, but so far, I feel as if Nats this year has looked so uncharacteristically unlike himself.
I mean, ULF have just been so prepared for everything Liquid have thrown at them. Sure, there's the one change in smokes, but this is the same composition they were running during the off-season. Here comes Stemmer again, just trying to clear around the corner, but as he recalls back to the support of his team, the job is done. Matt's still trying to keep things alive here. The beating heart for Liquid, but it's now starting to flatline, to falter.
Chris, look at this. Purple's only got a Sheriff, and the players are so ready for it.
Wayne gets one back. A chance to right his wrongs in a 1v1, but it's Stern's day today! 13-8! ULF continue the streak and take split from Liquid.
Yeah, it's been a champions team last year, right? That's the big thing, the big talking point here, is where Team Liquid have been and where they are now.
Not just a champions team, but one which felt unlucky with their results in the end. Losing to DRX, PaperX, teams which made top 3, even top 1. To fight through middle to start. On the defender's side, Camo gets things going the way that Liquid would have hoped. 2, 3 kills from his Bandit.
Last player standing.
And with Ordaz left on the other side of the smoke, it might just be the Bandit clip of the week, and exactly how Liquid would have liked their first pistol to start.
Yeah, fantastic way, and Team Liquid already fixing a problem from split, winning a pistol round. They didn't win a single one there. Now get things started off perfectly on this defense, taking ULF off guard. And that's what the young guns need to be aware of.
One enemy remaining.
Didn't quite catch the last one there, but that's what the Bandit is good for at close range. Deals a lot of damage.
Go, go, go!
And you can see 3 rifles brought up on the Liquid side. A lot of the conversations around this team was just about raising the bar professionally as well. And for what it's worth, the players look fairly relaxed, I think, in the downtime between maps. You expect them to bounce back. It's a word we've been throwing around so much, the expectations of this team.
That's what you were hoping for. ULF's expectations keep growing as well by the way that everything's been going. Very nice from Nats in the end. A flawless round of 4K for him. But yeah, maybe this is ULF maybe having a little bit of a stumble in these early few rounds, but they have been getting better and better is the point I was trying to make.
Sure, it is an in-zone flawless for Team Liquid through Nats. But as you say, with those lower expectations, almost, I guess, non-existent in a way for ULF, considering the double substitution, yeah, it does feel good for them. That's an interesting one. EMEA, the only region to have picked Waylay on Breeze. We spoke about it a bit in the previous map, the solo Waylay. We'd seen teams play it on Bind, Split, amongst a few. I think, yeah, Breeze doesn't really feel like a Waylay map, does it?
No, I guess in a way it does, in the fact that you can see the Waylay dive deeper than that of a Jet. But I think the big thing for me is that it's actually not Demer on the Waylay, and he's picked up the Neon, which is something he's been a lot more comfortable on, right? You always think of him being that Jet, the Raze, actually the Neon as well.
The other aspect to that, of course, is the Yoru on the side of Liquid, which just feels like the meta duelist to be playing right now, almost as that second initiator. So makes plenty of sense. Even with a slight change up in the roles, Purpo back on initiator. Hadn't seen him in that one since Focus 2022 would have been.
Throwback.
But with the first minute already taking place, Miniboo still eyes on elbow, will be turned to try and deal with Neki here. Sorry, it's just a marshal, but not enough to marshal the situation itself. Ulf let loose onto the B site, but Wayne has it under wraps.
Very nicely done. Stun though, still in mid, and that spike in no man's land with little to no time to pick it up. Ulf need to get a move on here.
Stun wrapping around, but Purpo just thinking about it. Looks away for only a moment. Ordas here to potentially try and recover things. Nat is arriving late from main. Wayne is here as well.
10 seconds left.
And nothing has gotten past him so far with this Guardian. Stern trying to plant inside the orb. But Wayne, Wayne really should have had that one. No time left for Stern to win the round, but he'll wipe the slate clean.
Yeah, I mean, 3 rounds for Team Liquid, but still some individual errors coming out. Ulf maybe feeling a little hard done by there just in the end, but hey, listen, overall, it seems like Team Liquid are getting the better run of luck compared to Split.
I mean, I think it's due at this point in time with some of the luck they'd had in previous games, especially the start of that Fnatic match. But speak of individuals, I don't know how that's not hit, by the way.
Is that
no idea. Speaking of individuals, it's exactly what the desk were talking about. Just a little bit of shooting the gun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nats has his moment, Camo, Wayne as well. Exactly what the doctor ordered as far as Liquid are concerned.
And it seems as if this one could be a formality already. Still, Ordas does have the rifle, and both duelists here. And putting Wayne under pressure as that paranoia has gone away into the wind, but the shots of Wayne have not. Team Liquid up to 4.
First couple rifle rounds, and Wayne is looking brilliant in isolation. I think one of the first maps that we actually saw him level up his game was Breeze. And honestly, yeah, it must be said, right? It's always difficult switching regions, no less when you don't go into that first official with the team. So
bro,
more than anything,
cannot come to my side, bro. I'm telling you.
Catching up for lost time and buffing out those stats at the same time. Miniboo bringing out an operator now in full. As Ulf have another rifle round.
Yeah, and this looks like Group 1. Look at Demmer, he's already through double doors as well. He's making his way up, and right now the 2 players towards main are under pressure.
Let's just split the focus off this defense fully. Brilliant refract to just get back there. As cornered is Camo. I think he's able to get out in the end there. He is, and with Miniboo finding another as well, it makes its way to a 3-on-3.
Yeah, Miniboo still with this operator is going to be a real issue, but Wayne are so good! A nice triple spray down. His Team Liquid Academy are really starting to find their form.
And so is Wayne. He's looking comfortable doing it, even just laying back in the chair as well as the timeouts queued up early here from Ulf. This is the Wayne that we were promised. The one who sat at the top of EWOT's specific scouting list for most of Ascension last year.
Let's go,
A real big talent, but we also wanted to see him come out of his shell. So if he's, you know, let's go. Break the ice here on Breeze more than anything else. Get a foot in the door, because as it stands, it's been very slow uptake from some of the same names that helped drive them here with a lead.
Yeah, and with ultimates in play, that's where you expect and will be the tools to do it. But with the weapons, do you want to invest it?
That's the thing. It just doesn't feel like the round. Depends if they're able to find a pick here or so. Diving into the molly, it's well placed from Nats. The Hunter's Fury connecting with teammates there. Stern backhandedly struggling to clamber through as Camo is hindered in the ultimate, but eventually is able to collect information on where Ulf are setting themselves up here.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the flank as well. Look at Miniboo right now.
Becky with only one for now, and as you say, Miniboo closing the net from main. Liquid looking to buy him time. It's an op here, so finds the first, but doesn't even need to reposition for the second because Wayne is here again. Another double. Liquid up to 6.
I don't like it, mate. I don't like it at all. Fabian, Neki and Audaz, right, using 3 ultimates on that execute, and I understand that ULF have got the confidence and they're like, listen, we're not playing to lose anymore. I mean, you kind of are if you're going to use it, like your ultimates that way.
It's a conversation we have a lot about these more inexperienced teams, right?
Yeah.
Think of Gentlemates last year when they couldn't close out that string of maps where they got up to 12. Sorry to bring it up, Mates fans, but a lot of that came down to not cycling the ultimates correctly. Just thinking, oh yeah, you know what? Roll the dice. Oh, didn't win. Roll the dice. Oh, didn't win. Oh, I've lost the map. You know, there comes a point where you got to bank on something, and well, here they do have rifles.
That they do. This is the buy round, and Minibu able to escape and identifying at least where Demer was.
Advanced positioning from ULF. Coming at this with quite the velocity, but the spike is still dropped back outside the boathouse.
Yeah, it's also advanced positioning from Wayne. Look at where he is, all the way deep in towards main, but the fights do go ULF's way, and Wayne is continuing on.
Neki's already spotted this out though, so diligently cleared by him, was just waiting for the support to come through. Defensive rotations have arrived, but ULF can't finish here yet. They need to go back and get the spike. It looks like A is where they'll end up heading, and it's for the better. Oh, not if Stern can't win that fight though.
Yeah, this is getting worried. I mean,
another big 1v1.
Yeah, ULF are allowing Team Liquid a chance here, but the fights have started to go the attack's way. They win out in the end, but I'm left scratching my head.
Yeah, it felt like a real deathmatch that round, but if the Turkish team has anything to say about that, it's going to be a round win, obviously.
Of course.
I just think, yeah, obviously, the spike dropped back, a little bit sloppy perhaps, but on the whole, the macro was quite nice. Neki identifying the threat, waiting for the support, winning the duels, Demer kind of doing his own thing, and Audaz contacting up a lot of space on A. It's starting to expose the weaknesses in this Liquid side.
Yeah, and after that last round, Liquid are finding themselves a bit of a expensive buy. They could find this really going the way of ULF on the attack, both sides with an operator, as Team Liquid now know.
Camo has to be careful here. How has that not been commed? I feel as if Demer should have been saying to his team that a player had perhaps slotted into the close positioning, but still gets one and gets out.
And I mean, Liquid will be buzzing with that. The fact that they gave nothing away, and now ULF look to re-clear the map, and they've got so much to do in this round.
They have, and Stern's position is duly noted. Wayne trying to cut him out. I believe that is Demer's ultimate, actually, and now Minibu's to go looking through the tunnel. Demer the one leading the line as it stands, but fails to turn the head. Stern gets rewarded, and it has to be Camo. On backside B, Demer chasing him down, threading the needle in and around the site, but Neki dispenses of him, and so numbers in favor of ULF now.
Oh, there is, but Purple's waiting for Nats to try and join up with him, and he's taking his time getting here.
The duo from 2021 trying to make things work in the current year. Called back into this lineup against the odds, and now it is only Nats to try and fend off this ULF offensive, which is looking for back-to-back rounds, and as you say, the time simply isn't there. Neki stepping up again, and ULF making it 2 from 2.
Yeah, it's a nice uptick in form, apologies. The fact that they're starting to find weaknesses, starting to actually win their duels, because at the end of the day, that's the big thing about ULF. They have that mechanical firepower, even if it is 2 substitutions.
Nice!
And Dem are feeling it. That's what you need to see.
That's what it's all about. Many an ULF player we've seen screaming and shouting on the stage, and with every passing round, Demer feels like part of the furniture. That's going to be another in the books for him. That's going down early. Toxic screen lost. Still 2 rifles on this Liquid side.
Yeah, they're going hunting as well. I don't know about this.
Minibu just on the Sheriff, a stun. Neki isn't a dead one. And as the pistols continue to drop, the rifles are still here. Camo gets one. Spike drops deep in middle, but ULF don't care. They're winning every duel.
Yeah, it feels as if Team Liquid are continuously picking a fight with a boxer and continuously getting knocked back at the moment. Okay, Purple with a nice shot there, but it's still 3-1.
I was thinking maybe we could put the Rocky theme on for this one, Purple.
Well, he's got a long way to climb up.
He does, he does.
Spike planted.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a difficult task.
Unless he can find the eye of the tiger, the eye of the wolf in this situation, I suppose.
Yeah. That was so poor for you.
No, I mean, come on, the standards through the floor.
You're quoting Duran.
Situation.
Duran. Eye of the wolf
is not going to be winning regardless.
Oh, man.
Cairo, sometimes I wish I was invisible.
Invisible? Why invisible?
It's another song by Duran.
Oh,
all good.
Yeah.
But here we go. The Wolves are howling. ULF have their third now. And Liquid are back to the drawing board. The money not looking too great for them here either.
No, it really isn't. We're starting to see things getting troubling for the defense, and we knew that this could happen at any moment. This is not great. That's not going to fill you with confidence. And ULF getting more confident as every round goes by, and every round that they win.
Ooh. Frustrating signs on the Liquid faces now. Things starting to go against them after what was a very promising start, but again, propped up by those individuals. Another one of them here, Wayne, but he's completely overran, and Dema, like a lightning bolt, surges into the site. Minibu does have an answer, and Purpo will try to find another of his own, but can't in the dark. Minibu's still going here, running through the middle of the site. I don't know, ULF might have thought it was their teammate with those steps up close, but Fabian finds three in and amongst it. And another tough pill to swallow for Liquid.
Yeah, and Nat's forced to go and save all the way on the other side of the map. It feels like ULF went, boys, we're playing double duelist, just hit a site, and they are hitting it with all the might that they've got in their arsenal. Yeah, within 2 rounds are ULF, and this is looking excellent. The fact that we've only seen, what, 2 ultimates there in that last round. They've learned from their mistakes where they threw it in on the eco. Fabian still keeps his in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm. And I think, honestly, this then brings up what I was talking about at the start of the round, the individualistic nature of this current Liquid team that I think we're seeing. That synergy maybe not as built up as you'd expect it to be, because Cairo, they were talking about with the scouting, yeah, we want to get players that can be self-sufficient, but that also comes with things like plan creation.
Yeah.
Maybe this team, people have argued, is less vocal than the previous second half.
Yeah, I mean, not making the most of 6 rounds in a row does feel a little bit tough, a little bit of a tough position to be in. But we are going to see Demos Op being brought out. A much slower start from how ULF had played in the previous, waiting to see what the defense want to do. And so far, the defense haven't really done much.
Oh, nuts. A dangerous game here with Dema.
Spike is here.
Rotation quickly called, though. Supply lines arriving with player numbers, but Nats goes down solo, and still Liquid left waiting for a moment. When those individual players drop, then what is there left behind right now? ULF just cutting straight through them, one by one. It's almost flawless.
That was their best,
and with barely a mark on the record since those first 6 rounds, we might just be heading to another even half.
Yeah, within 1 round, ULF go. And again, it's the mechanical, it's how everybody plays off one another. It feels as, again, that eureka moment coming through. The fact that we're seeing that micro being played off of every single individual showing up when needed. And think about, I go back and think about that timeout that ULF took, right? That's where everything changed.
Yeah. They've since had opportunities to reconnect with the coaching staff. Another A play here. It's Groundhog Day on Breeze. Nats at the very least hoping it's not an exact repeat of what we've just seen, and it won't be. He does find the opening kill.
And Wayne also TPing over, and with the spike in no man's land, this is going to be difficult for ULF to get back.
Back in a flash.
Fabian actually just dives on in, knows exactly where Nats is, and the refract is perfect as well. Stuck in the corner without support, does eventually get cleared out, and the rest of Liquid arrive on the scene to make sure a 7th can be secured. It's Camo to nail that one on. So at the very least, 2-round advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Team Liquid do get to go in with an advantage after six rounds in a row is going to at least be a little bit of a saving grace, but it feels like they should have done so much better over that first half.
Absolutely, and plenty of Liquid fans in the house today that have sort of bested the Berlin weather and descended upon the arena, hoping for a better result from this team, as last year, of course, was a great one for them. Let's go and have a chat. Very soon we will go and talk with one of their fans, but yeah, we need to see much better from them in this second half. Let's go and have a chat with Matt, who is a big Team Liquid fan.
Come up here, make sure to extend that gap even further.
And as the statistics suggest, this is a more attacker-sided map in general, right? We've seen the switch towards the Neon here as well for Liquid, so that should mostly be catered towards their attack side plans.
So slow so far on the uptake, Team Liquid. And ULF really haven't been giving them fights, as Favian does try to escape back towards tunnel. He will get found out.
Bandit strikes again, that's all the difference right now. Dema, one of his own, also dealing further damage. But all the while, it leaves Ordaz unsupported on B, who's just going to tuck into the corner and buy as much time as he can.
Oh, Stun, the timing, very, very good for him. And makes them pay, but unfortunately, Nicky can't. ULF still a player down, and Team Liquid perhaps looking to reconsider the options, but Stun still towards that A side.
Yeah, and holding the cross here as well, finds Miniboot. Great start, and gets no better for him, unfortunately.
Does do a bit of damage though at the same time, and Dema, obviously we know, can rotate very quickly towards B if needed.
30
And
seconds
he's starting
left.
to explore that option.
A little bit of mid-rounding for the information. Nice shot from Dema. Leaves Ordaz in a 1 versus 2. 20 seconds left. Where are Liquid off to? Looks like the B site. They're walking into trouble here.
Yeah, and he's got the perfect off angle. Do Team Liquid clear on the answer? No, the spike on the ground. All Ordaz had to do was win the fight, but it does not go his way. Team Liquid get their second pistol round win.
It comes right down to the wire in the end. But the gun goes empty for Ordaz, and with that, Liquid find both pistol rounds on Breeze. Saw the Sheriff initially bought up by Neki. Purpo using that to his advantage at the end, and you can see how frustrated the coaches are with how this one has started.
Yeah, I mean, understandably so, right? Heading back towards the site that you knew the Astra was at. Or you would assume the Astra's at, apologies. But right now, ULF just looking to deathball like they normally do. A shooting gallery, one which Team Liquid are happy to play. And almost with a flawless round. Nice shots from Stun on the Bandit.
That makes a little bit of difference here. Still 3 rifles on the Liquid side, which they can bring to the second round arsenal. Or third round, I should say. The bonus now. And opportunity, a real one for them to kick on, because I think, look, it's one thing to win the first 6 rounds in the first half. If you can reset and do the same again, leaves ULF with little to say for themselves here.
Yeah, so all rifles against what was nearly the bonus buy for Team Liquid. Or the anti-eco buy, apologies. Only one missing purple on that Sheriff. And they wait to see if ULF will take the fight to them. And already we're seeing that space being taken by the defense in the A main position. but not really elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, it's nice. Fabian can dash out of this corner with the light speed if he is required. Dema can drop, well, I was going to say could drop the stun in there, doesn't have the stun. I think we're contacting this with just 2 players. I mean, it's the weak arm of the push, a great opportunity for ULF to cause an issue.
But right now, that spam not really connecting from Team Liquid, and they're scared of A main. So right now, ULF realise, hey, listen, they can come from mid. We need to be careful. And as they do try to cross, a couple bullets connect from the spam. So ULF now aware of this.
And they're grouping up to fight it.
Yeah, right now it's all about the position of Sturm, just on the off angles. The players try to entry through. But Team Liquid, they found a gap all the way towards top mid.
2 players in the corner here. Dema dealing a bit of damage. Do they expect Fabian? Or does he go overlooked? Good for the first. Nothing further. And so only Neki to shoulder the burden of this A-hold. He has a recon in pocket and a screen to try and play around from Nats, but the spike will go in. As his hands are busy, the stun is all she wrote in the end. Oh, Stern stepping up to make it a 2-on-2. Still Nats close by after planting, but Wayne lining them up and connecting onto both.
In double digits found, Team Liquid converting the bonus round will really push a massive gap for ULF to try and get over. Remember, they weren't able to even out the round count in that first half. So even if we did see ULF come back into this, we need to see a big performance from the defense.
It's another bonus round converted from Liquid as well. I mean, the streaks that they've been able to start these halves with have made all of the difference in that momentum swing and keeping themselves on the right side of the round history. ULF back to pistols, and I guess this is really a test of their mettle. Do they have what it takes, the tenacity to dig in here and find a way back into the game? You're staring at the stark possibility of an 11th Liquid round, and what goes beyond that? Pearl, historically not a good Liquid map, but one that we've not seen this ULF team play.
Yeah, what do they have in store for us as we head towards it, if we do head towards there? Right now, Team Liquid Academy, or Team Liquid, sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
The muscle memory kicked in.
Yeah, oh my God, man. I'm heading towards A, where only Neki lies in way. Oh my God.
Site cleared out though. Liquid able to set up here. And how does the post plant look? A couple of players already into backside, moving up towards orange. Crossfire held on double doors, and well, Stern is going to get one. There's a flank happening in the meantime. Whoa, what a shot from Ordaz. That makes things interesting now.
Yeah, but it's only an outlaw, and right now, Team Liquid Academy have control of everything that they could want.
Yeah, win another one back.
Last player standing.
Liquid just not letting anything get past. Ordaz needs to come up with something impossible at this point in time. Liquid have their 11th as expected, but now we look towards ULF again to see what they can do to keep this one alive.
Yeah, I mean, we're really starting to see Team Liquid take control. This was a map that never went well for ULF when they played it against Vitality, as we all know. And it looks like it could be the same case here as we head onto it against Team Liquid. The fact that when it comes down to the, I guess like even, I think of Breeze as like such an angel-heavy map, and so uncharacteristic that we're seeing ULF lose out these duels. I mean, I look at Ordaz and Nick. This is what aggression looks like on the defense, whereas I feel as if for ULF, they don't know what the measure of like aggression really is on this map, and that's why they're struggling with the double duelist. And it looks as if Liquid have an idea of showing aggression here.
Comp also, in the ways that it is different, takes that space, challenges it in its own unique way. Here it's the hinder dropped into the main choke as Fabian's trying to reroute his position. Ordaz has a lot of work to do and can only walk away with one, which won't be enough as it stands. Overrun in position. Liquid continuing to light up the feed. With 12 rounds calling their name.
Spike planted.
Oof. more likely than not calling to save.
Yeah, you would expect that to be the case. After timeout, Team Liquid come out on top. You've got to be thinking, Team Liquid now on map point. Why would you even risk any of your investments from this round? You have some good ultimates in the next. The fact that there's the operator in play as well. Things to consider right now for ULF and ones that they've already made a decision on.
Yeah, I mean, with Liquid in previous weeks, what we were saying was that they were doing the right things, but maybe the execution wasn't there.
Yeah.
Now you're getting both of them on this second half of Breeze. It's looking much more efficient with the utility usage. The players themselves carrying the weight.
Yeah. And I think as well, like the thing for Liquid is they'll gain confidence in their map that they can do this, right? Because after that first half, I was thinking to myself, right, oh, you had a great start, but you're really letting this slip. Like, is that going to be the personality, the view that we're going to have of this team, that they can finish out maps? Almost similar to how we were speaking about Gentlemates previously, right? Not as bad as that. Not as bad.
Okay, well, yeah, digging a bit of a hole there. I do agree with you, though.
Yeah.
Of course. But last chance for ULF on this round. Couple ults to try and play around with. Nothing put on the table early. Another B hold, which they must surmount to.
Oh, that's just out. Oh my god, it's so clinical, surgical, perhaps, as Team Liquid look to remove ULF from Breeze and send us all the way to peril, keeping themselves with just a man advantage. That could quickly slip as the players of ULF are starting to get into position.
Yeah, Dema wrapping behind. It sort of lives and dies on him finding success here. Has the first, has the second! Dema still going, ult in play. ULF might still be breathing here.
Yeah, the pulse could still be going, but the swing round, Team Liquid looking to get this done. It's up to Neki, but a jump pop will beat his execution. Team Liquid will send us to map 3.
Yeah, and you know what?
But the one thing that you have to consider is that ULF have not played this map yet. They've not shown what they can do, and that's the worrying part, because Team Liquid are so good at prep.
Exactly. I mean, I say it in jest. Redguard didn't want to play it for however many years. I think his first official on it was like last year or something. And the Vitality result is promising, as is Miniboo finding this opening pick on the defender's side. ULF heading A, and they are going to be able to get the plant down in the open behind these nanos.
Yeah.
That's a huge reveal.
And it's even better from the rest of Team Liquid as they get those pistols firing. They've not lost a pistol round since Split, and that will be flawless.
Yeah, an in-zone flawless, and exactly the kind of way you want to find liftoff here. Huge opportunity. I mean, not only did they win both of the pistol rounds in the previous, you have to remember, they converted both of the bonus rounds as well, so I think we'll be keeping a key eye on to see how this one develops.
Good job. Nice, good, nice.
If it's going to be as clean as the flawless that we've just seen. A reminder for those watching at home, the winner of this up against a GX side tomorrow, which of course will have plenty to work on themselves.
A main completely been given up by Team Liquid, not wanting to challenge that at all. And as Minnie was talking about on the desk, that mid portion of the map completely given up, only really Nats to hold it down, and as ULF only really dedicate the chamber to that part of the map. The rest of the pack are looking to hunt for these ultimate orbs.
Really nice area of the map for Stern to try and work as well. Has the TP, of course, to be looking for these engagements, but actually Liquid back off completely. Just trying to fight through B. Miniboo, another opening pick, gets out of dodge, healthy, and good enough to find the second.
And it is just still waiting on Stern moving here, but all he's done is really break the turret. It's sure shifted the focus, but at the same time, Miniboo actually being left all alone. And it is a little bit expensive all in because of Audaz, but at the same time, now we look at Stern.
Last player standing.
We don't get a look at it for very long. Liquid cleaning up in the end, 3 of the players surviving, majority of the weapons. couple Guardians, a Marshall, not too much to write home about, but still an opportunity nonetheless for them to keep this snowball rolling.
I like the ideas that ULF are putting forward though, in terms of like how they're using the pack to distract while Stun gets played in. We'll see if this continues on though, and see if ULF want to explore that mid portion further. 4 players on A for Team Liquid as they look to try and challenge this.
Yeah, you can see the TP from Stern is set up on B this time. Takes a chunk of damage from Nats, and I don't know, must have spotted the head there. I thought for a second he'd caught Stern through the wall, but whichever way you flip it, it's a huge kill.
Purple with no way out, has to win his duel and cannot. So with that, we're equal, and maybe one better through Neki.
Yeah, I have to say, Miniboo, well, it looks a little dodgy from his perspective there, just not expecting that second player to be walking down B when you often see that solo Sentinel, the Chamber, hunting for an early pick. Now a lot of pressure put onto Nats in this position. Choked out from either side, has to try and find a way to fight, and looks like he is just going to back up for good.
Yeah, I mean, information known because of the owl drone. Trying to play forward here, still does get one. Marshall in hand, needs to hit the head and cannot. Can't even connect a bullet, so spike down. But look at Wayne, able to escape into the site, but won't be able to escape with his life. Camel gone as well. As ULF get their first of peril.
Neki always good for a round. Huge 3K from him here. All started with that slow walk up B behind Stern, interrupting the play patterns. Here it is. Oh my God. You can barely see the pixel on the top of his head there. Stern a little frustrated perhaps with how that one worked out, but in the end, the captain puts them back on track.
Yeah, and the old boys getting fired up once again. Same challenge in A main through the fade, but this time not through the C's. It looks as if ULF are the ones to win out this util duel.
Yeah, at the very least, they've created a foundation here. A main control. Oh, no, Miniboo's not been spotted, actually. He's just going to pass Stern by. Neither of them any the wiser, put a trademark at his feet. Hello, and goodbye to Miniboo.
Oh, no. What's
doubling
going
down on this. Liquid getting aggressive through multiple avenues on the map, and ULF come out on top.
Yeah, the utility questionable from Team Liquid. Can have that talk later on as the round continues, and ULF look to, I thought for a minute, really go through art, but that's not the case. You can already see the players through B main looking to scale. Neki being so far up might catch Nats off guard though.
He still has the alarm bot on the Nano to try and play off of here. No shocks left for Neki.
He's all alone.
Knife goes over the top. In fact, it's just a flash, so Nats undetected for the time being. Finds his first. Chance of the second, waiting for that underhand flash. And instead, he just eats the wall and all find the site.
Very nicely done. ULF playing with the numbers that they have, and Team Liquid, I think the towel has already been thrown in. As you can see, Purple running away. Camel with a Bulldog though.
Yeah, wants to recover that up. That has to be #1 priority here for Liquid to try and save face. The difference is this time from the last map is ULF get in early. So a couple of real important rounds for them now, doubled up. Liquid just about in there financially. Should maybe buy around what they've got here, but it's still not going to be the full picture.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a challenge, but it won't be like what you would normally expect on a rifle round. But the thing that will probably like kind of tip the scales in ULF's favour is they're first to the ultimate cycle, right? In terms of, you can see that Neki has that Hunter's Fury as well. There is a lockdown one away from Nats, but that's insane.
Don't see that every day.
Yeah, I think the more worrying thing was the A main, like with the Prowler, and the fact that there was nobody identified on box.
I think while we're on this sort of topic, as the operator is kept with Miniboo as well, it's interesting that he's the one who's using it, because obviously in this composition, you have the Waylay, who with a Refract is really good at taking the amount of time between the two rounds that we've seen played.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this, right? The fact that Team Liquid don't have the best buy, but we're able to save a couple of those big weapons from the round previous. But it's the ultimates that hang everything in the balance. The fact that if Nats can get a lockdown online, that would be a real opportunity to try and make something work here. But Miniboo doing his own work and gets rid of Dema.
Op has no problems this time connecting onto a first target.
There.
And Liquid, at the very least, are going to have numbers here. If ULF want to play Divide and Conquer, it's a risky game because, as I said, that Yoru is able to reposition neatly, already in connector. Make his way between the map. Even just seeing the deep alarm bot from Nats, looks like Liquid really want to play on the sites where possible. Purpo has the coverage on B with his own Vandal.
I like this from Stun, though. Under the veil of Team Liquid, totally unknown.
Is this Op and Stern again, just seemingly avoiding each other?
Yeah, but look at the space he's able to take. Camo needs to be where Odas comes in at the perfect time, can't make it work.
Oh,
but
no.
What's going on?
Team kill from Neki, and then Camo will close it up. So Liquid find the lead, just only one casualty in all of that.
Mate, EMEA, Peril, what is going on with these rounds? Come on, we need to be having a chat. Can Mini do a telestrator?
I don't know, we might need a few more than just one telestrator here, mate. It's interesting, actually. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a conversation from Sliggy's stream the other day. He was talking about how, like, he feels it's the same with Abyss to Pearl, right? Like, just because the overall level is maybe struggling, like teams scrimming each other, then there isn't that improvement, I suppose. So it's a wider conversation to have, sure, if you want to open that can of worms, but
Here.
for this round, Stern has an op this time.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily lurking like he was before. It's more about getting him on an angle and seeing if he can hold the space as he takes his time to do so. ULF looking to work other areas of the map, but it's a very slow roll overall.
As you say, Pearl has been a map which EMEA has had difficulties with for a long time, and with the amount of raw talent, firepower, double duelists we're seeing, who knows? It seems to be Pacific's thing more than anything else, the region, not the team. And as ULF are now making their way towards A with that roster behind them, it's actually Purpo who strikes first. Stern gone on an extremity again.
Yeah, but look at Neki and look at the space he's able to buy. It looks as if ULF want to go back towards A after faking.
Liquid haven't rotated on this, though. They're still committed to this site.
That seems to be the case as the operator of Miniboot looks to hold on from backside. You can see Nats holding on to that lockdown. A nice shot from Miniboot will allow for the ultimate to come online, be used, but Nats and Team Liquid still stay ahead. That spike denied in terms of going down, and there's not a whole lot of time left to get it down. ULF need to get a move on, and they're going to try and attempt it, but a utility good, and it's denied the round.
Oh, but it's so close, Cairo. There was half a second in it there, and if Camo hadn't managed to get himself around the corner, then ULF would have won it out through the duels. A missed shot in the mix from Miniboot allowed for Fabian to take backside. I mean, the rotation here from ULF, not the worst, but Liquid just committing to their game plan.
Yeah, literally. It's a very nice one. The fact that you can see like that much delay coming through, no wonder ULF are going to go straight for a timeout. Just reset the players.
I think it makes perfect sense. I was talking about it earlier. With the buy round, there are plenty of ults on the ULF side. Liquid using a couple of theirs in the previous. But still, this attack struggling to deal with Miniboo's op. It pops up here and there. This time, it's on the other side of the map.
And Dema, without a buy, will have to use the Neon ultimate as they look to send it in, but nobody wants anything to do with this. Would rather just leave it alone, vacate. And you look at Liquid, they could go a step further.
I mean, no reason to give him what he wants, right? Still stuck on a classic, but ULF have ults of their own, and it's a scary prospect if they get into post with both Null Command and Cosmic Divide here.
Yeah, I thought for a minute Team Liquid were going to go for a flank, but that's not the case. So Null Command in, and that's going to delay this retake even further. either because they can't use the utility that they want to. Manibu's operator excellent in shutting down Fabian. He needs to be brought back up, and you can see Demo looking to try and play Protector, but there's nobody to protect the rest. So it's up to Neki and Fabian. Time ticking away. Smokes down. Fabian able to hit the shots that he needs to, as well as Neki.
No way!
So just like that, the snap of a finger, off have won the round.
That's it. I can't believe it. It's another huge moment from Neki. Fabian with his own part to play. But ULF get it through just about. You can see what the idea was there, the call to play deep into Secret with the ultimate. Demo the whole time is literally left on a classic because Liquid aren't willing to give him a fight. He ends up being good cannon fodder as the core is restabilized and Fabian can retain that control. But ultimately, it just has to be a little bit better in terms of the coordination from Liquid on their retake, I think.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, I mean, disconnected. Yeah, the fact that like you're able to show individual brilliance, allow a chance for that to happen, that's exactly what ULF will throw when given the opportunity. We can see Cosmic Divide, and right now it looks like ULF are happy to identify an issue and trying to continuously exploit that, as once again they hit the A site with full brunt and Spike gets planted very open.
Yeah, Liquid with a chance to flood here though, plenty of numbers in place.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, but what is going on? Finally, Demo at least confirms the advantage, but Purple diving in. Oh, well, Sheriff against the Phantom. It'll be Demo to come out on top.
Yeah, just hits the refract key there on his keyboard and ends up making a mess of it. Close in the end, but way closer than it really should have been. ULF getting himself in a post plant, Liquid flooding back through after the spike went down, and I think more than anything, you've just got to credit Demo again, how selfless he was trying to make these rounds happen. Talk of players like Neki as well, who perform at their best when the rest of the team are. Demo's just doing his job, doing his role, and that is serving ULF best right now.
Yeah, another big swing round in terms of the damage done to either team. The economy not in a comfortable state. But it is in fact ULF who probably has the better of the buys, considering they have full heavy shields. But operators in play for both teams.
And Minibooz is soon to be tested. Demo again trying to wreak havoc against the organization of which he previously represented their academy. Took home the first stage in Northeast last year as a substitute there. Miniboo has been detected, and that's where ULF want to go and just send it straight down his throat.
Yeah, the utility stopping anybody from getting a real swing out, but you can see Wayne looking to dance with the idea, but Demo going deep gets punished for that. So advantage Team Liquid.
And a very passive post plant here as well. ULF have to fight on site with where the spike's gone down.
Oh, but Stun's going to be identified through the alarm bot, and he needs to get a move on to support the rest, because it's essentially an advantage for Team Liquid to come back in 3 versus 4. Fabian spray down is unbelievable. So he even stands up and looks to go one further. Now a 1 versus 1. A Chamber versus Knives.
Unreal.
And it's the Chamber of Stun that comes out on top.
I don't know how ULF have managed to get away with that, but again, they go all guns blazing into the fire, and it's Liquid that get burned. Bit of a messy start, but then as I say, when the spike was planted and with Audas going down, no post-plant tools, you just have to commit to the fight. It's an insane dart from Neki. And Stern wraps it up.
And you can see, though, as the team play off one another, it's like, listen, if you die, I'm dying with you. Like, you know what I mean? Live by the sword, die by the sword. Neki straight in for the trade. And I love that about ULF.
And that's exactly the brand of Valorant that's been winning games for teams so far at this.
Yeah, Toronto. So is it micro or is it macro that wins maps?
Yeah, like you say, a micro-heavy team.
Come into the unknown.
Tends to do better on the international stages, but when it comes to domestics, I guess G2
Yeah.
doing their own thing. It's
But is that a regional thing?
I don't know, man. Could be here all day. There's a game of Valorant going on, and right now, ULF look to be taking things by the scruff of the neck. Liquid left with bits and pieces out of the timeout here. Nats has a Bucky. He's playing back halls on B. Sole defender as ULF are grouping to re-hit the site, which they just found success on.
Yeah, stun being called over as well. So it seems like a decision has been made for the attack. Team Liquid once again trying to do this bunker down strategy that we saw in Split, nearly get a success on round 2.
It's Nats versus everyone here. He has been highlighted. His utility will have no further effects, and Dema makes it look easy in the end. ULF this time playing on side, but with a much better plant to facilitate it. Fabian from up high. Liquid with a last gasp attempt at causing some issues, and Camo's got off to a good start.
Yeah, the only Guardian, only really long-range weapon that you can consider there.
Stern from the corner has a TP as well. Dema not quite caught by the hinder just yet, but let off the leash. Stern finding 2. Liquid a couple back of their own, but Dema wrapping it up in the end. And ULF continuing off that timeout again in this first half. Keep on building.
Keeping that momentum on their side. Many had spoken about how he wasn't impressed by Team Liquid's defense. It seems to be that continues on right now after a couple of spells here and there of 2 rounds. I mean, if you don't win that pistol and that anti-eco, right now you're looking at an 8-2 half for ULF.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because you were talking on the last map about how the timeout got them their foot in the door, right? Those 5 rounds in the first half. They've managed to replicate the same effect here, but to even a greater extent, potentially. Just depends how many more of these rounds they can recuperate. Liquid now with a full buy. Having gutted out mid, it looks like ULF want to split the B site this time.
Yeah, and with 4 ultimates behind them. Very easily, a shoulder being seen. Mini boot, at least able to take Stern offline.
First bloods have been so important, and Liquid now have that. Bodies on site. Minibu the next. Purpo following it up. With the snap of their fingers, it ends with an in-zone flawless for Liquid.
Yeah, fantastically done, and simply done actually, realistically. Just holding smokes, not moving position, and it felt as if they weren't really challenged. This is a big kill from Minibu to just try and teeter on the edge of being in the open. That's what you want your duelists to do.
Yeah.
Nice utility from the Fade.
It's also the round which Liquid have been setting up for from their own timeout, so you have to give credit where it's due. A simple read against ULF's repeated hits of the B site, and looks like they've got it spot on here as well, because at the very least it's an early A pop.
Yeah. Well, one of the 5 ultimates that was available this round will be used very, very quickly, and more mollies to be thrown into the mix. Camo getting a kill just before that smoke blooms is going to give Liquid once again an advantage to try and work from, they will. It looks good. Demo getting caught by his own team's ultimate, but is able still to come away with the kill.
Yeah, ULF trailing by 1 in this position. Stern has his ult and is just looking for an overpeak.
Looking for Camo, but immediately head taken off. So up to the tour de force of Stern. As he tries to work the angles, it's going to be a difficult one. And now identified in a main through the Prowler. Time ticking away. And with a Bucky or an Operator, it's not the best of weaponry you could want.
Liquid have the contact set up here as well. Needs to clear close, knows Camo's there. Just waiting for the swing.
So probably going to be a 6-6 half unless something epic was to come through from Stern. He does get the first, but not the second. So we end up all even going into half-time.
Yeah, some great defensive fade utility there from Camo on the site hold. C's had everyone deafened, the reveal. Exactly what the doctor ordered, but can Liquid haul it over the line, or will ULF keep this story going? We'll find out after this.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Showing us his best if he wants to try and put himself in the shop window for future splits.
Exactly right. He's just a hard entry player more than anything else, the picture that we're trying to paint. And now on the defender side, how can you tailor that to your advantage? Liquid heading over to the attack and taking A main beyond this smoke, which They're going to invest some utility to do so. In fact, when Camo's Prowler hits nothing, they kind of start to realize, okay, there's nothing here, and Ulf the same in middle.
Yeah, they're starting to reset their shape. It's all, I thought for a minute we're going to go even go into the back lines of Team Liquid, and right now, Ulf happy to give everything up.
Yeah, it looked like for a moment Demo wanted to fight from backside, but he's given it up. Now a double up in secret, as Liquid have ambitions of their own to fight this one forward, perhaps. No, it's to Art where they go, and Ordaz under the microscope now.
Yeah, good for a headshot or two as the players come his way. He can't connect a whole bunch, so we look towards the rest. Fabian, another player who's pretty good on these pistol rounds, and well, unfortunately, Camo looks to put Liquid even further in front. Player to the good, and still that spike not being worked at. His time is beginning to tick away, and that's perhaps may have already won this round. This is 2-1 with both players in main, and Neki only a frenzy in hand. He needs to get up close and personal, but that puts this distance away from the spike, which is about to detonate and allow Liquid the pistol round.
Another pistol round for Liquid. By my count, that's now 4 in a row over the last 2 maps, so definitely giving themselves the best odds at the start of these. Really like the reaction for them to fight into the art space, made it difficult with Ordaz being the casualty, no smokes to make that defuse any easier. And so lead restored.
Amazing call from Domi here. Very
Or should I say, Liquid in front for the first time in a while. And it just sounds there like Miniboo was the one involved with making that decision.
Yeah. Liquid this time though, very quiet in their approach. Could be troubled waters they're walking into though.
Yeah, there are sort of 3-4 players here on the offside. If you count Stern, he now has the information. So just having a look at them. Okay, Purpo, sure. Yeah. You know what, mate? Every now and then you get one like that.
Spike planted.
So Liquid should have this round, no questions asked. And I think it comes back to just that little bit that was mentioned there by the coaches, by Lohan. Yeah, it sounds like Miniboo is finding his part in being a very vocal duelist. You know how important he was to Heretics.
Yeah, and I think that with this in-zone flawless, right, Team Liquid are going to have to rely on their duelists to be these entries, to be in this position. Like Purple being able to get a ridiculous kill, right, but at the same time, yeah, it's just very nicely played.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he was blinded by the flash of Miniboo there as well. So while we don't know much about what the calling structure looks like, maybe not calling the flashes, just kidding. But no, he is absolutely leading the line right now in the server. One thing which Ulf are without, other than moments, is someone putting up big numbers.
That is it, and I mean, you look towards that first map, right? Think of Ordaz, oh, Stun, Demo, nice mid-engagement. And that spike looked for a minute like he was going to head towards B, but instead, no, they back off.
Where are you?
This would be a huge round for Ulf as well, denying Liquid the bonus where they've already won a couple of them in this series. Just tracking the ultimates. Camo has his, of course, but no claws to use it right now. And Ulf playing with a lot of discipline, not giving a way back into this Liquid side, which currently are looking for anything to grab onto.
Concealment.
Trying to find anything here. Camo, who's been pretty good individually, will not be able to find himself a kill here. And Natsu finds himself all alone in a 1 versus 4. He's been good for a clutch here or there over the years, but right now feels like a tough ask. So Ulf straight back in it.
It does. You know, the history's there for Nats, but seeing him on Killjoy on Pearl in 2026, it's like just a shock to the system of the old Valorant viewer. But in terms of this round, I have to say, impressed with Ulf just doing their thing, right? Player for player, pound for pound, good in these 1v1s. Taking some engagements together there. And now a chance to really move forwards and actually level up the score, stop Liquid from finding a commanding lead.
Yeah, I love how towards the start of this map I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this triple duelist forcing players off rolls, but Camo, 15 kills, 10 assists, shows you how comfortable he is. And how comfortable Team Liquid could get as they head towards this B site, which is only stocked with one player.
Yeah, it is just Neki, and he doesn't really have a way to fall away from this position either. He is committed to this. Nightfall not going to hit him or Stern.
I mean, able to stay alive, almost gets away with a kill, but Team Liquid will flood the kill feed in the end. And ULF, I mean, a bit disconnected. Stern's still in towards that lane. Oda's nowhere near, probably trying to support through stars. So Team Liquid looking to head to 9.
Unless either of these ULF players can do anything about it. Stern without a TP, 10 toes down, trying to take anything that he can. But Ordaz left in his wake and just forced to save up what he can. I mean, ULF have money here still to buy around. They are in a decent position themselves. It was Liquid, honestly, on the receiving end of this one that could have been in a bit more of a troubled position. But a huge round for them to find nonetheless. It's that 2-round gap restored.
So Oda is able to rescue a rifle into the next one, which Dema will be thankful for, considering he's the one with the lowest economy there. In fact, we're going to even see an operator on Stern, so it's not the worst position for the defense. Considering most of the rounds so far have been won by Team Liquid.
I feel like I've seen that same replay like 3 or 4 times so far in this series. The spray battle just strafing. Protected bullets, don't know what those are. But it won't matter with Stern's op here. Teed up by a Fabian flash. Looking for something, gets on the line, but Liquid should know this.
Yeah, but there's a player up close and personal right in the pocket. It is Purple. He's able to net himself the kill. And there's more utility sent ULF's way. Forced back. Team Liquid firmly with mid control.
All doubling down though. The flash doesn't get the best coverage from that corner. Fabian dropping back, but Dema holding the line. Nobody getting in the alley just yet. And now the support of Neki arriving.
Yeah, now all of ULF's forces forced to look towards mid, but scared perhaps of any other escalations from parts of the map, especially the extremities.
Oh, this looks like great mid-rounding. If they can isolate Nats in A main here.
Well, he's already seen the leg, doesn't anticipate the KO. So Fabian will put ULF in an advantage, but look at this, the pack is elsewhere.
Yeah, that's exactly what ULF needed to do. Get a little bit of info on the map after having all 4 focused on mid.
Oh, nice grab, Will.
Late rotation towards this B site though. Neki has his first.
Yeah, the player's so delayed, trying to get out.
Awesome.
And it's a brilliant round to come out from ULF.
Really well constructed from front to back. Those first couple of fights in middle, a little bit touch and go with Stern's op. You could see what the plan was, but then that instant reaction to pressure Nats on the extremity, give themselves a bit of control if maybe Liquid wanted to head through R. And settling themselves in this B crossfire, which ends up claiming the round. So just one in it now, and Liquid letting loose their final timeout.
Yeah, need to sit down the rest that was left out. It's not anything, any criticism of any player, right? But it feels as if like this would be a massive result for the Ascension team, especially considering the 2 subs that they have.
I mean, Nats knows what it's like to face a rebuild. It's one of the reasons why he stayed in this team so long and continues to deliver here. Not gonna get away with it in the end, and Liquid quickly pivoting, and Ordaz hooked in by the stunned player, couldn't finish it off, and Neki's no better.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. ULF will try and play this way, aggressive, in your face, trading off one another, but there can also be ways to manipulate that. That's exactly what Team Liquid have done.
Setting up for this one, Dema again, just the one, and so Fabian has to be the sole ULF player to find 2 kills here if he wants to clutch this out. Util belt empty, no time for the knife. Knows about Camo's position, and has to extrapolate from that where Wayne may be playing from. Still has the molly available, he can play to the clock. Fabian has to cut Camo out of position and does so. Extracted to perfection. Wayne still with seconds to buy, but Fabian maybe knows he can get half. It's a half too far in the end. Wayne to take them to 10. Liquid closing in now.
Yeah, double digits found, but at what cost? Because all four players lost there in the end. 2 ults 5, and I actually don't hate if they were to try and force in here, which looks like it is going to be the case. Ultimates in play for both teams.
Nice Wayne. Let's go Wayne.
You talk about players like Wayne, he's coming to a brand new environment. I don't think it's fair to cobble him in with the rest, right? He has had a much better series today. And like I was saying, it's just about putting those pieces together over time. The Nats conversation. Kiko coming out of the team saying that he's a guy driven by routine and he is going to get the results that he wants in the end. One step at a time. Liquid overrunning mid-control right now. And again, it's only Dema in this link position.
Hunter's Fury straight in as a reaction to the utility, but at the same time, Team Liquid have beat the utility. They look to try and work their way through mid, but into Favian's crosshair they go. So a double up, 2 players to the good, go the defense, and a real chance to try and claw back around.
It was a really nice combination there to start, but Camo finds Favian on the overextension. ULF still have Stern in main, and he is yet to receive contact, so understanding the possibility of a B pivot is very likely. You've also seen Ordaz now move over into long, so control on either limit for ULF as it stands.
Looks like Team Liquid going...
Where do they go?
Yeah, a bit confusing.
I think they're just saving. Yeah.
Has to be. Really?
Yeah. I mean, ULF have all of the control. There's not too much that you can do from this position in the end. And
yeah, there's a few players on low creds like Camel, 50, Miniboo on 100. And I mean, what? All it was expended there for ULF was the Hunter's Fury?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying, right? It looked like a simple play on the surface, the stun in from Dema to do a little bit of damage. If that had landed, maybe even an extra kill, but actually it's Favian the one who does the heavy lifting. And now, as I was saying earlier, where we didn't have ULF players fragging out and actually starting to go positive, I'm seeing, you know, 3 players now with 13 plus kills.
Frustration.
And actually, it's Liquid slowing down the pace a little bit.
Yeah, frustration from the coaches, and there's no way to interject from them anymore. It's all left to what's on the server. And ULF 1 round away from equaling things out once again.
I mean, if ULF can see that things are heading in the right direction, no reason to give a break in play. Do not interrupt your opponent if they're making a mistake, or in this case, trending downwards.
Spike has been left to the B side though.
And you can see Liquid are setting up to split this through middle again. It's been a changing of the guard though. It's Favian this time in double doors, and with a judge no less. He's made himself known very early.
Yeah, I mean, really under the collar there, under the pressure. Oh, Neki! Brilliant shots, but in the end, still the player count equal. So it's up to Liquid to try and... Oh, mistake! But Ordaz takes heads. So Purple's stuck in a corner to try and clutch up a 1 versus 3. And all the players are there to capitalise. 10-10 is the score.
Dazzling from Ordaz once again. And Liquid cannot allow themselves to be blinded by the lights right now. ULF have brought this back to even footing again. Each of the players having their moments. Ordaz is like a turret here on a swivel. Things slowly creeping in the right direction for them. Now we've got to look at the ults.
We do. That's the most important part.
Huge cycle.
Who comes out on top, as it seems like ULF want to stop Team Liquid coming anywhere near the B side, or the A side, sorry.
Yeah.
After continuous errors on the B side for Team Liquid.
I mean, it's a mixed buy for Liquid. They're going to want a scrap here.
Oh, but do they really want a scrap? Because it's ULF you're up against, and it's ULF who come out on top. Camo and Wayne, yes, sure you have ultimates, but do you have what it takes to fire back? It seems to be the case. Is Wayne's Sheriff, is that exactly where he needs to?
And now a chance for the round to breathe. Wayne with 2 under his belt. He has the ult, the molly. If he can get to post plant here, there is a serious chance of winning this round. Rifle in his hands, but Stern is that first player that he has to cross in middle, and the position Scuba is deadly.
Teleport's ready.
He's already seen the crosshair, or the barrel, sorry. He's already won the round. ULF will take the advantage towards the latter stage of the second half of the final map of this series, an elimination series.
The change up from ULF this time is they're actually playing behind this same main smoke that Ordaz has been placing for the last, 5 rounds or so. It's been a consistent part of their default on the defender's side. And Liquid didn't quite look prepared for it. At least Purpo dived in and follow-up difficult. ULF wanting to challenge mid here with all 5 members.
Yeah, and those ultimates we spoke about still in play, but ULF so far in front into enemy lines, and Stern immediately punished for that.
TP was there. They actually still hold up in middle here, ULF. I think we're going to wait for that smoke, though, before they go back in.
Bring them down.
Well, the reclear will come through. You can see already, Neki looking for more information. Has seen one and the second, I think. Just Camo there. But leg seen.
This is the thing that scaling has been pretty difficult for Liquid on the whole. They've been trying to play through middle a lot. And all for having these hero moments in tight spaces. 2 players towards B, and it looks like that's the direction Liquid are heading for the moment, at least making themselves known in connector.
Yeah, they get through mid, but remember they had problems last time trying to get out of there, and Neki may be a little bit too eager to take those fights.
That's now the call being made, heading towards A foot race all through left. Spawn. And Demo, most importantly, in A main, detected by the ult.
Yeah, that's massive, but the operator looks to try and get onto the angle, but immediately taken out. This could be flawless by Team Liquid, and it certainly seems to be the case. So Ordaz, with plenty of economy at his back, will attempt a 1 versus 5.
Don't hold your breath. It is not gonna happen. Miniboo gets a quad kill. Exactly what Liquid need for a bit of a lift here. And in-zone flawless as we head right to the end of regulation.
Yeah, a straight answer back. But there was ultimates invested in that last one.
Fortunately for ULF, they still have ults. One thing they don't have, money. Not in infinite supply, that's for certain. Still an op available for Stern here, but if they don't win now, that final round could be costly, and to lose in a fashion like that against a Liquid side, which they've given a damn good go, would be absolute heartbreak. Back to middle again. The trap on the ULF side is set in art.
The players of Liquid are going elsewhere. Need to be careful though if they do go this way. To look to just destroy the trap, and already Neki confirming players' positions, but deep go Team Liquid.
Spike down.
And yeah, with Spike lost, but they're still moving in towards the operator. We're able at least to find Fabian, but Stern can't quite connect the shots. So we'll look towards ULF's main control on A.
And on B as well. Neki routing this one out at the same time, so if they head towards the other side of the map here, Liquid, there could be problems. The biggest downfall for ULF right now is overcommitting to fights which they've been unable to win. It's going to take another huge moment to win them this one, though, I think.
Yeah, it looks as if Liquid already looking to identify Neki.
30 seconds
Worried
left.
about the positions that ULF could have maybe taken up. With that lockdown looking to pop, Neki can't quite wrestle the crosshair back. Cross wrestle the spray, Demo certainly can. Some clean shots from him. So back to 2v2.
Yeah, and all of these players are split up from one another. Liquid may be looking to fight towards spawn.
Nice cosmic divide, stops that backside being a problem for them, but Wayne holding on from lane, seeing if he can pop out and prove an issue too. Oh, a nice stun. Oda's caught, so it's a 1 versus 1. Wayne does not have a lot of health.
Miss Molly.
And it's not going to be good at all. It's Demo sends off to map and series point.
Such a key round, and it's Dema again that will take ULF 2-12. A 1v1 against the new boy Wayne. I have to say, it felt like if there were any errors made in this round, it was on the ULF side. Really trying to get into the fights here nice and early, but once again, you're seeing the value they're getting from this main control. It's ridiculous.
Still that frustration for the coaches, frustration for the fans who have come here to watch Team Liquid go for that lower bracket run. And you can see ULF have all the ultimates that they need. They have the better of the cycle at this moment in time. And it's going to be straight away Miniboo popping his.
Yeah, this is the catalyst for Liquid. This is the one that could get things going. He has cleared a path out to the A site in its entirety. Think how many times ULF struggled to retake here. That's what they might just be up against. If they can see this one home before an overtime.
You say that, but ULF have all they need for the retake, right? I'm thinking of the overdrive of Dema, and I'm also thinking of the null command of Fabian, which has just been taken offline. A massive kill by Naz, and an even bigger second. It's now Team Liquid have a chance. They have some life in the game, but not before ULF try the retake, and it's not worked out. It's gone Liquid's way. We're going all the way to overtime.
It is nothing less than this game deserves. Everyone left on the edge of their seat to find out how it will conclude. But Liquid, of course, making sure it goes the distance. It was a 14-12 win against Vitality here, their first as an organization. And some similar issues there for ULF on that same A-read. Find out how it will conclude. But Liquid, of course, making sure it goes the distance. It was a 14-12 win against Vitality here, their first as an organization. And margins, but it makes all the difference.
Just a reminder of who they have to face in that next game tomorrow as well.
GX are going to be loving this because the longer the game goes, the less time either of these teams have to prep for the next one.
Do you even try and prep? Well, Purple straight away will get the first kill. There goes Stun. The defense with the advantage so far.
It's not the first time Stern has lost his life on B, but Liquid should be acutely aware that this is a position that Neki likes to follow up late. Now tasked with rejoining the rest of his team, spike in hand. As ULF have gutted out the middle of the map here.
Yeah, and found great space to move through. Wayne, though, does mark the escape in towards spawn. You can see Purple just watching anybody trying to get in towards lane.
Yeah, it's a great TP set up from Miniboo as well. He'll be ready to join the rest of the team as he's holding on to B, where ULF are scaling with intent.
Yeah, they are. Miniboo's operator on the lane. Where is Demo gone? He needs to try and find Miniboo, but Neki does instead. So it's a 2 versus 3. And Spike looking to go down. Demo going further.
Yeah, ULF against the odds again. This is how they like to play.
And Demo tries to bust out at the wrong time. That's well aware. You can't try and take him off guard. As Neki now has to show us his best.
Oh my God.
Round the side, the
No
players
way.
don't know. There he is. A perfect play.
Has the ult.
And a 1 versus 1 to try and play up against Wayne. But it's the controller player instead that will win out against ULF's leader.
I mean, in what world do you expect to find Wayne up there when you reposition? In Wayne's world, I suppose, because that's the one where Liquid get up to 13 rounds. A dramatic fashion again. Neki always good for that kind of play, but as you said, takes a moment for them to get rid of Miniboo.
And I mean,
so close.
yeah, I mean, Wayne very correctly identifying the flank player. You can see Lohan. It looks as if on the offside they're enjoying it, but on the Team Liquid side they're going through their paces, man.
It's like we've won, but at what cost, you know?
Lohan being put through it, poor guy.
One more round, one opportunity here for Liquid to take it in the first of the OTs. Heading towards the A site again, it's served them well up until this point. Fabian all hands on deck, but Miniboo will cut him loose. Audax still hanging around here, needs to win that next duel, but he's gonna lose it at the hands of Wayne. It's now a 5 versus 3 off. What have you got left?
Yeah, the player's so late to rotate, but Light Stun gets the hip fire onto Miniboo.
Real opportunity here now. Liquid continuing to play that time.
There.
Wayne has the molly, he's just used it. Camo in the back lines and still ULF struggling to get in. No smoke, no cover, no hope in hell or so you'd feel. The wall goes up, that's a bit of a distraction. Dema sliding in to be the problem, but it must rely on Stern. Liquid trying to solve all their problems here. But up against Stern, it's no problem at all. They may have washed away the blood, but we're yet to see if this Liquid side has sealed the wound. It was a long night in the office, but they stay alive in the lower bracket.
Yeah.